I ain't here for the money, I ain't here for the fame, though it might be nice to own a jet plane.
Hello guys, and welcome back to my channel, and welcome back to another video on the ZX. Who'd have thought it, eh? So where are we going today? Well, if you've read the description and clicked on this video of what I'm doing, you'll see that today's video will be me removing the fuel tank, draining it of fuel, and basically I'm going to see if I can diagnose as to whether there's any any water in the fuel, and basically reclaim this fuel for my reclaim this diesel out of this tank for my little Berlingo. Times are hard, money is tight, my fuel light is on the Berlingo, so if there is no water in this diesel, I've got a 5 litre clear plastic water bottle. I will be putting some diesel into there for the purpose of checking and leaving it 10-15 minutes to sit so it balances out. And if there's no water in it, it'll go straight into my Berlingo. If there is water in it, I've got a little trick in mind to show you guys for how to disperse the water from the diesel. So stay tuned, and we'll get started. Here we go. First things first guys, even though I said I didn't want to disconnect my handbrake because I wanted to keep the car from rolling away, I don't think it's going to roll away being on 4-axle stands at the moment, but I have had to undo this bolt hole. I don't know if you can see, that goes through there. That bolt there goes through that hole there, and that has 13mm nut on it, and to undo that I've just undone it with a 13mm deep socket. So that means now I can then, if I move that out the way, you'll be able to see guys that I can pull this plate back, flip it over and pull that off. I can now pull my handbrake cables out from underneath the car, and you'll see why I need to do that in a second. I'll show you why I need to pull the handbrake cables out, but because obviously I'm pulling the tank out, they're obviously going to be in the way. So as you can see guys, handbrake cables are there. They need to be pulled out like so. That one can come out as well. Okay, it will come, I'll get that in a second. But as you can see, on this side, passenger side, there is some clips that literally just a flathead screwdriver in there and twist that out. Flathead screwdriver to pop that clip off. Flathead screwdriver to pop that clip off. And then that means now that handbrake cable on the passenger side is out the way and completely clear of the tank coming down. And in this one, the clips have been missing for a long while, so I literally just cable tied this in to secure it. So I'll just cut the cable tie there and cut the cable tie just there like so. That's now going to be free once I get it pulled out of there, which I'll do, and then I'll bring you guys. Oh, there we go. Right, so it's completely free. Driver's side is now completely free of the tank. So what we now need to do is we need to get this bolt undone, and if we follow that bar completely down, there'll be another bolt hiding up there. If we follow it across here, there's another bolt just there. We need to get them undone, and we also need to undo the filler neck as well. So I'll get that all set up ready to go, and I'll bring you guys back in. What I'm doing at the moment is I have decided to disconnect all the fuel lines, and I have decided I've left the return line up there, so I haven't got 2 lines to worry about with fuel. And Citroen give you this handy little bleed bubble for priming the engine, and I'm kind of using that to fill this 5 litre clear plastic jug up. It originally had water in it. It's been well and truly left to dry for a long while, but you won't be able to tell if there's water in there at the moment. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring you guys back when this is full and it's been sitting for about 15-20 minutes, because once you leave it to settle 15-20 minutes, you'll then see the difference of whether there's any water in there or not. So I'm going to keep pumping. It's very time consuming, this part, and I'll bring you back when it's, like I said, it's full and it's been sitting for 15-20 minutes. So guys, I carried on pumping, got about 12 litres worth of diesel out of the vehicle in total. As you can see, this is nearly about 45 minutes later, where it's all nice and full. 45 minutes since filling up. There is clearly no water in there, and if anyone's wondering how I know that, stay tuned, because the next time I bring you in, I will take out 3/4 of this diesel. I will then put a little bit of water in, just to show you the results of how I know there's no water in that. So bear with us guys, I'll do that now for you. So just as I promised guys, I thought I'd show you how I knew there was no water in mixed in with the diesel. And I've put the bottle in the sun to make it clearer on the footage. But as you can see there's a clear distance from the bottom, which is white and clear. And then right at the very top is still perfectly good usable diesel. And what you would do with that to separate it up is you would make sure that the bottle is on some sort of adequate surface, so it doesn't wobble about too much. And you would literally just poke a hole through the bottom, allow the water to drain off first into a suitable container, and then once you then start getting diesel come through, allow it to keep running through for a very small tiny bit longer, and then you would then quickly stop it from running out and then run the diesel into another suitable container for you to salvage the diesel. And that's literally all I would personally do if I wanted to salvage this diesel from the water. But as I've got more than enough out of the little car that I need, being that I've got like 12 litres out, this little bit here isn't really going to faze me too much. So I'm just potentially going to waste that. Or I may do it in another video as like a little project, just a little quick thing for later in the future, but I don't know. But I'm just going to waste that suitably and safely in the appropriate fashion. And just thought I'd show you guys that of how I knew there was no water mixed with my diesel. So guys, actually on to removing the fuel tank. What have I done here? I have taken a clip off, which was the same as that on here. I have just cut it off because if you can see there, it's really rusty and crusty, so I used some tin snips to cut that off, and that now frees up that able to be coming off, so we're going to get that off soon. And underneath I have attempted to pre-loosen things, but one bolt which is this one here has decided that it's just going to spin out. So the retaining nut in the seal is obviously come loose. That nut just there seems, that bolt that's there seems relatively free and able to undo. Probably, yeah, I can even do it by hand. So that's the second bolt that needs to come out. And then finally, tucked up in that corner there, which I'll take you to, on following this bar down, tucked up under there, there's another bolt with a nut on it, and we've got to get that one undone as well. So bringing you into the other side of the tank, where I pointed to this bar and it goes up inside here, that's where the other one is, just up there. Might be able to see. No, you can't quite see through there. But if I tuck it up underneath there, you can see there was a nut on that, and that stud was longer than that. But unfortunately, in the process of pre-loosening, we have ended up snapping the stud. Not too worried, I can drill it out and cut it off, drill it out and put another stud in there anyway. So, not a problem. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to get all three of them bolts off and get this framework. Why is that not focusing? Get this framework for the fuel tank off, and I'll bring you guys back when we've got that far. Before I show you guys bringing you back underneath the car with the fuel tank dropped, because I haven't quite done that yet, I've just realised I do need to remove this cover. Just push the flathead screwdriver underneath there, underneath the edge like that, and pop it out. And then this hasn't got a fuel pump in the tank, but it does have a fuel sender. So we just literally just make sure we squeeze that metal clip in and then that would pull straight off like so. We need that out of the way, and then we're going to take these fuel lines off. So see that little bit there just right at the top? If we put the screwdriver into there, right, so basically, let me see if I can do this. I don't know if I'll be able to do this one-handed, but I'll try. We put the screwdriver into there like so to push that in, and then just pull back on that. Then off comes the fuel line, just that side, and same with the other side. Just like so. That's the fuel lines off from the top of the tank. But now that's the top side prepared for dropping on the bottom. So guys, she's down but not quite out. There was another bolt hiding just here, just actually holding the tank itself, and also where I'd done the drain of the fuel, there's still a lot of fuel in there. That's really got a bit. Right, so if I take you around to the other side and show you what I've done with the brackets, as you can see clearer now that bolt there, where it's had a nut on it and it's bent up and snapped. That one just there is now out as well, where the creamy colour is. And I'll take you around the other side and show you what I've done with that bar that I can't get the bolt out of for now. So as you can see, I've just twisted this round because I didn't realise that as that goes down the middle of here, it then has a secondary bar go across the top from the front to the back that goes into the hook bit there. So by taking this secondary one off, I was able to just for now swing that round to get it out the way, and I'll worry about that nut, that bolt that's up there not coming out later on. So I think all we need to do now is find out where this pipe goes and get this one disconnected, and then disconnect this from here as well. So I'll do that and I'll bring you guys back. So guys, I've got it up on its end in front of the, let's just bring it down actually. This is how it was laid in the vehicle, and obviously that's identically how it was laid, with the pipe here, the big one that goes onto the filler neck. That pipe, I said I wonder where it goes and we'll have to get that disconnected, comes up here and gets connected to there. I have sacrificed one of my last black glove, cut the finger off of it and cable tied that on there. There was also another pipe that came round the side here, which I didn't see until afterwards, come round here, underneath this sticky, underneath this clamp, and goes into another point here, which I've sacrificed another finger off of the same glove for. So not too bothered, cut 2 fingers off of my last remaining black glove, not a problem. So that's that. What I also found, as I showed you guys a little while ago, there's no noise now, as in that's why I haven't bothered covering the big end up, which was on the filler neck, because I have tipped all the diesel out. Let's just get this up out the way. And what I have done is welcome back to the clear plastic bottle. I did decide to, this is a different plastic bottle to be fair, so another clear plastic bottle. What I was doing is I was using the funnel, putting it into here, making sure it was all good diesel, and then once I was satisfied that it was good diesel, I filled up a diesel jerry can, 5 litres of diesel in there. There's 5 litres of diesel in there, so I've gone from the fuel tank into the clear bottle, checked it's okay, and then into the jerry cans, and that's literally what I've got left. So I've managed to get another 11 litres, say, or about another 11 litres out. So all in all, with the other diesel in the other bottle, I've got out of this car 23 litres approximately, 22, 23 litres, but I'm going to be using 21 of the litres of those 23, no, 22 of those 23 litres in my little white van there. So waste not, want not, as they say. So I'll show you what we've got underneath the car so far. So if you guys can see, that's the bottom of the filler neck. This pipe going up here was the one we were saying we needed to disconnect. That's the one, and this is the other long one that went all the way round the tank, all the way round to approximately about there, where you can see the handbrake hooks. That's where that one went. And all I'm going to do for now is tuck that through there inside the vehicle, and I will cable tie that off somewhere inside just to keep that safe. Leave that one there, that should be fine there. There's this one here which is just a breather, so that should be fine there as well. And I'll just tie them up like so, tie it inside. But what I have done, as you guys have been made aware, I've taken all the fuel lines off and put a glove on that end temporarily. These fuel lines are here as well, so I'm just going to unclip these like so, and that's them gone now. So there's that, and that's pretty much one fuel tank removed. And all I'm going to do is, as you can see, this is why I decided to just swing this bar round, because it comes to roughly in the middle there. Right, the reason I've decided to just swing that bar round is and wait until the tank was out, because I've now got better access to get my grinder in there, cut that, knock it through. And what I can do is, I've seen them, I'm going to go looking for them special bolts where when you push it through it starts widening. I'm going to see if I can find something like that. I'm not too sure, but if not, I'll I know there is another version where I can knock a cap in there, which will give me a threaded cap, and then put a bolt into it that way. And again, that's the same thing. So we'll work. I don't know what I'm going to do with that yet, but at the moment I'm just going to concentrate on getting the bar off, and we'll see what's behind there afterwards. But I'm going to do that off camera. So this is pretty much fuel tank removed. Hey guys, before I close this video up, little teasers. If you want to find out how to reattach and re-tension the handbrake, and see how I took this out, and also final piece is how the rear bumper come off, you can see all that in the next video. But I'm going to wrap this fuel tank removal video up here, and I'm going to call that one done. So, like I said, I'm going to wrap this video up here. Thank you guys for watching, and hope you like the content with the removal of the tank. And if you like the content, give us a thumbs up. If you have any questions in regards to this car, or just any questions in general, chuck us a comment down below. And if you want to see my daily sneak peeks of what I get up to just before they come on live here on YouTube, you can head over to my Instagram page, and that is the Instagram page is the ZX Guy, same name as my YouTube channel. So for now guys, I will bid you farewell. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share, and ring the bell icon to notify you of up and coming videos. The next video you will see is me adjusting the handbrake up so I know it's the correct tension to hold the wheels, removing the rear bumper, and also removing the gear selector. So stay tuned, that'll be tomorrow's video now. And so I'm going to say bye for now, see you in the next one.